What is the first thing people notice about you? It depends. How good do I look that day? It's currently winter arc. I am trying to get the fattest ass. If I get a video, just mind your business. High key, YouTube is getting a little boring. So I'm running out of things to share with y'all. My friend didn't repost my last picture. Relax. You'll be okay. Is that good advice? I don't know. Once you show me your witty side, please, you gotta go. Dead it. I'm done. I can't come and kill myself. Do you know what I mean? Hello my beautiful babes, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video, and welcome back to my first ever chit chat. You're ready with me. I asked you guys on Instagram a while ago to send me a couple of questions that you'd like for me to answer, and we have a bit of everything in this video. We have a little bit of dating, a little bit of relationship questions, we have some social media questions, we have some personal growth questions, some friendship questions, a little bit of everything. Like, y'all really got into it. I'm also going to do a rapid fire questions so we can really cover a lot of grounds today, but I'm excited for this one. It's my first video back in a while, and I always say this to people where I'm like, if you ever start a YouTube channel, your first video should not be a get to know me tag, because truly nobody knows you yet and nobody cares. And I feel like a situation like this is similar, where I'm finding my grounds again on YouTube, but I feel like I've left a lot of people hanging, so I want to make sure that we're back on like a connection. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you weren't able to ask me questions on Instagram, I'd love to do a video like this again. My main playground is Instagram. Like, I'm on Instagram stories pretty much every day, so if you really want to have the opportunity to not only send me questions but also just interact with me on a day-to-day basis, because we really be lit over there. Like, in the club, we all fam. We really all fam over there. That's probably my favorite platform, stories wise. Reels and posts, different story. If you guys would like to chat it up with me over there and just play around with me over there, definitely do so. Details below. I was a little nervous at the beginning of this video, I'm not gonna lie to you, but that being said, let's get into it. Let's chat it up. Let's get nosy with each other a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I kind of want to get the jitterbugs out of my system before I get into this video, because honestly, I just want to be able to talk freely. Like, I just want to be able to talk like somebody is right in front of me, or you yourself are in front of me, and we're just having a casual conversation. I feel like I've been finding making YouTube videos so formal, and I need to get that mentality out of my head. Like, I just want this to be a chill session, you and I spilling a little bit of tea, getting to know a little bit about me, and being in my business for a little bit. So that being said, I feel like I always have a hard time talking and doing my makeup at the same time, and I want to be able to give you my undivided attention as I'm talking. So we're going to do a split screen situation. You'll see exactly what I mean in a little bit, but before we get into the more serious questions, let's just do like an icebreaker session and start this off with like rapid fire questions. So I'm going to briefly go through the questions that I have in front of me. The first question is, do you prefer texting or calling? If it's my man, call me. If it's my closest friends, my sister, call me. Everyone else, text me. What is the first thing people notice about you? It depends. How good do I look that day? But more than likely, it's probably my energy. Like, I'm very like forward facing, if that makes sense. If I see people in public, like, I'm really not the type of person that's gonna pretend like I don't see you, or like I don't know who you are. That's weird. Next question, what is your go-to comfort food? Currently right now, I think it is hummus and pretzels. 10 out of 10 snack. Actually, comfort food, that's my comfort snack. Comfort food, yam and egg, all day, every day. What is your favorite childhood memory? Honestly, it has to be Nigeria days, I feel like I fondly remember days when my family was living in Delta State, and I remember this one specific day where it just felt so quiet, but like all you could hear was the wind, and for some reason the sound of the wind is so embedded in like my memory bank that it's just an unforgettable, like, serene moment for me. And sometimes I feel like I can go back to that day in my adulthood, because honestly, it's a really, really, really good, just serene memory. Next question, do you have any piercings or tattoos? I think I have a total of like 10 piercings, and I have one little tiny tattoo. Tatted up like crazy. Next question is, what is the best advice that you've ever received? It would definitely have to be hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Say it over and over again until you understand what it means. The next question is, what's one thing that you wish people knew about you? And I'm actually very touchy with people that I like love, like people that I'm comfortable with. I'm so touchy, and I think that would be it. Yeah, I'm really touchy with people that I love. What's your biggest fear? Honestly, being disappointed by people. The human emotion of disappointment is so strong, and I try to avoid getting disappointed so often by like sometimes not expecting too much from people, in addition to some other fears, but like that's like my non-cliche answer. So yeah, those are the rapid fire questions. I feel like I could have answered at least like 10 more, but I really don't want this video to be too long. Also, there's some more gist that you guys will be catching in this video, I feel like, hopefully. But the remainder of these questions are basically questions that I was asked on Instagram. So at least these ones, I'm more so answering you guys. The rapid fire questions, can't lie, got it off of Google. The first question is, what is life like for you right now? I don't know, life is a little funny at the moment. I feel like I just turned 25 and I just did a whole bunch of like reflecting in how I have been in the past years and just what my mindset has been like in the past years. And I feel like this is probably, in this moment, is probably the most secure and probably the strongest that I felt about, not necessarily about myself. I've always thought very highly of myself, but a moment like this is where I feel the most secure of myself, because I feel like I'm not really disappointing myself a lot. It's a heavy one, it's a hard one to say, but I feel like a part of that disappointment in the past has been from just having super high expectations of myself and not necessarily setting the routine in place, or like setting the steps in place and actively following those steps in order to get to set expectation or like set goals or whatever. But in moments like this where I'm actually hitting things on the nail and doing things that I said I was gonna do, I feel like it's really helped me just find a sense of security within myself. And I know that this is just the beginning, because there's just so much that I see, not only for myself but for my life ahead of me, and I'm too geeked, I'm too excited. Another part of that self-security has honestly been being in the gym. Like, I kid you not, you guys, although I did get into the gym for like vanity reasons, cannot lie to you, it is the most transformative thing ever. Like, my mindset being in the gym and just being able to like think through my thoughts, it's almost like a meditation session. And in meditating, or like just thinking throughout my entire workout session, especially because not most times, but like a good percentage of the times I'm listening to gospel music, it just allows me to really hammer into the thoughts that I'm either escaping from, or thoughts that I really need to keep continuously thinking to like find solutions for, or like find almost like a roadmap for. So not only has it strengthened my mindset, but in being in the gym, it has also gotten me to a place where I'm like, I see the work you're putting in, you look fire, and I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm not rushing my gym session, I'm not rushing my body transformation, but you guys, I'm starting to see abs. Okay, soon this will be a washing board for somebody. And I know that once I continue on this routine, on this cycle, your girl might be very unrecognizable in a while. You know what I'm saying? But in short though, life has been really good, and we're just taking it one day at a time. And I'm like laser focused at the moment, and I can see so much good ahead of me. I'm excited. Point blank. Okay, the next question is, what is something that you're excited for at this moment? Currently, I think I'm actually excited for a lot of things. My previous question kind of breaks that down. Like, I'm just excited for life in itself, like with my new, I don't want to say new mindset, but just like reformed mindset and consistent behavioral patterns in trying to maintain that mindset. But I guess something that's happening very soon, I'm excited to be back in Lagos again. I actually just went in August. I'm going again literally within like a week for Lagos Fashion Week, so I'm excited for that. I've experienced Fashion Week not really experienced, but I've been in New York during Fashion Week, but I'm actually really excited to see what Lagos Fashion Week is about. I have no idea how I'm going to navigate it, because honestly, this is just a thought in my head for now, but I'm excited to see what that week brings as I'm there. And yeah. Next question is, what name do you go by, and what is Lexi short for? Most people call me Lex or Lexi. I used to say that it was depending on how you know me, but honestly, I feel like people get it mixed up. Even me myself, I get it mixed up sometimes. Even on social media, sometimes I'll have Lex on my like Instagram profile, and then on TikTok, it's Lexi. So honestly, call me whatever. However, Lex or Lexi, they're both short for Alexia. That is my full first name. And yeah, my parents kind of ate with that, because a name like that in 1999 in Anambra State, very unknown, very unheard of. I can't lie though, my parents, they ate with not only my name, my first and middle name, but my siblings' names as well. However, I will say, do not call me Alexia unless we're on like buddy basis. You know what I mean? I feel like if you know me through socials, or you know me through a mutual, depending on what the mutual calls me, but if you know me by like word of mouth or whatever, Lex or Lexi will do. I feel like Alexia, that's like my formal name, like that's the governmental, do you know what I mean? Take it easy with that one. The next question is, what is one thing that you had to unlearn? I feel like the one that resonates with me in this current moment is looking at problems as bad things. I feel like in the past years or in recent years, even just recent months, not that I've really encountered so many problems, but I've realized how just your mindset around what problems are is so very important. I feel like if you're somebody who is like anxiety driven, not saying that that is like something you have control over, but if you're somebody who's very anxious or anxiety driven, or you're even anger driven, being able to approach your problems, whether that be small problems, confrontational problems, people problems, relationship problems, family problems, you will not be able to handle that adequately. You just won't. I've always been like a very sober-minded person in the sense that like I'm not too rah-rah, you know what I mean? Like I don't get worked up too easily. So because of that, it's really allowed me to just handle my problems or handle whatever problem is in front of me very easily, especially because I'm somebody who's very, very sober-minded. Like I like to stay very relaxed, very chill. So yeah, and having that mindset has really allowed me to realize that you have to be sober-minded in handling problems, but also that problems are not always bad things. Problems are not always negative things. There's so much good that comes from being able to handle a task or handle a problem. And I'm using the word problem very loosely because a problem could be, let's say for example, glass just broke in front of you. If you're somebody who's very like anxiety driven, you'll start shouting, oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God, how do we da-da-da? But if you're somebody who's very chill, you'll see that, okay, glass is broken. Solution, turn around, find a broom, turn around, find something, pick it up, clean the area, and move on with life. I'm not going to be too riled up in the situation because what does that do for me? You know what I mean? So yeah, the ability to remain calm and think things through logically has done me so much more good than bad. So because of that, I find that something I definitely had to unlearn was seeing problems as bad things. I've learned so much in problem solving in itself. You know what I mean? You know when they say like rainy days allow you to appreciate the sunny days so much more? That's exactly what it is. Like, actually, that's not even what it is because I still see a rainy day as a necessary day. You know what I mean? Yeah, scratch what I just said. I try to be real philosophical in that moment, but rainy days are not bad days. Rainy days are even essential because you need a little bit of rain, a little bit of water so that your fruits, the fruits of your labor, your flower bed, your garden can continuously grow. Also, the brain needs to continuously solve problems. That's how you stay functional up here, okay? So bring the problems my way. I'm ready to handle each and every one of them. I may not be God's strongest soldier, but trust and believe whatever battle is in front of me, I'm handling it with ease. Period. The next question is, what has been your biggest struggle as a content creator and what are your thoughts on YouTube? I think my biggest challenge has definitely been getting in my own head. Apart from time management and just balance overall, because I cannot lie to you, being able to tackle Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I can't lie, it takes a special kind of person, and I'm always so admirable of the people who do it, not only consistently, but do it well. And then on top of that, they have spam pages on Instagram and TikTok. I'm like, I'm running out of things to post. I'm running out of things to share with y'all. But I not only appreciate, but I admire the people who are able to do it so effortlessly. But yeah, my biggest problem has honestly just been getting in my own head, not only with perfectionism, but getting in my own head as far as just execution. I feel like I always try to execute it the way my brain sees it, if not better. Then I get burnt out because by the time I done recorded, or by the time I've even just set up the camera for it to look the way that I want it to look, child, I'm already tired. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like getting in my own head has definitely been a major problem because, kid you not, this setup, I didn't like it when I first started. And I don't think I even still like it up to now. But in the past, I would have been like, it's tossed, dead it, I'm done. I don't want to post this. I don't like the setup. But I'm at a point where not only do I not care, and I'm using the word not care loosely because I do care and I still want to show that I care in everything that I do, but there are little tiny intricacies, little tiny details that I just don't care about anymore because truly people don't care either. So why should I be here fighting myself and fighting my thoughts and fighting my brain, trying to aim towards this perfection that nobody is really going to notice? And I'm not saying that to say that the standard of other people is not my standard, or like my standard is higher than other people's. So if I give them BS, they're just going to eat it up and think it's good. I'm not saying that, but there are little details that I tend to hyper fixate on that don't matter in the overall or the end goal. So if my end goal is building a community and just showing up and yapping and being myself and cultivating some type of relationship with whoever is watching, I shouldn't care that a part of that wall is showing. You didn't even notice that until I pointed it out, but that's something that I would have hyper fixated on and tried to make sure that, oh, this angle, that angle, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. There probably will be videos in the future where I am like focusing on like aesthetic and this and that. But if I'm just coming to yap, we not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just gonna show up how we show up or how God has intended for us to show up. And y'all gonna have to eat it up because I can't come and kill myself. Do you know what I mean? I think I answered the question. Oh, what are your thoughts on YouTube? Honestly, I think YouTube is at a point where it's high-key getting boring. High-key, YouTube is getting a little boring. I feel like YouTube used to be so fun back in the day. And I'm saying back in the days of the OGs, before everything was so monetizable and so commercialized and so built around capitalism and selling a product and advertisement. It used to be so much more fun. I used to love watching mukbangs. I used to love watching people do ChitChat get ready with me, even reading your assumptions about me or reading your dilemmas and this and the third. But I feel like YouTube is kind of like at a split right now where there is high production. I'm talking cut, even podcasts, just like high production. And then you have the people who are the OGs who used to be on here, but they don't show face no more. And then you have the people that are just starting out and still trying to build their platform. Like, YouTube is so split right now, and I think at this point it's either just find your avenue and navigate around it, or go on TikTok and do something over there, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think YouTube is high-key a little boring right now, and it's sad because YouTube feeds off of what I've seen the most, or what I've seen thrive the most for most people's channels, is the algorithm feeding off of, or feeding more into repetition. So you're seeing a lot of like daily vlogs and weekly vlogs, and if your weekly vlogs are doing well and you post something that is not a weekly vlog, the algorithm is not going to push that out, or people are not even watching it. Because honestly, we keep saying the algorithm, but we create the algorithm. We tell the algorithm what it is that we want to see. So if somebody is consistently posting a vlog and you like their vlogs and you're always watching their weekly vlogs, but then they happen to post like a makeup tutorial and you're like, I don't really care for that, that video is not going to get pushed out. So basically I say that to say that I find that YouTube has become boring because the algorithm is based on repetition and doing the same thing over and over and over again, to where now if people want to post something that's so different or creative or something that scratches their little, you know, their little creative juices, it's not really going to get pushed out, and they get stuck back into the cycle of posting stuff that people are going to watch and posting stuff that's going to be pushed by the alg. You know what I'm saying? But I love it over here, and I find myself on that app every day watching something. So show your personality maybe on TikTok, or show different things on TikTok, and come and do what works on YouTube. Is that good advice? I don't know. The next question is for, well, it says, what is advice for girls wanting to start YouTube and are doubting themselves? Honestly, easiest question or easiest answer is to do it, and do it with fear. You're never gonna feel ready. You're never gonna feel 100% ready. Even in this moment, girl, as I came up and set up this camera, I was like, I don't know, but I'm doing it with fear and a little bit of anxiety, but I'm doing it anyways. Also, do not demand support. I'm not saying that your friends should not, or family members should not be supportive, but you have to post as if you're posting for nobody. Okay, post as if you're posting for not a single soul in this world, and allow the people who are attracted to you to come to you. Don't demand support. That's a little tricky because I feel like me saying that is going to feel like I'm almost validating the people that intentionally do not support their own, or intentionally do not show love to their own. For me, in answering this question, it's less about the other people and their mindset towards what I'm doing, and more so my mindset towards what I'm doing, and knowing that I'm gonna do it and do it regardless whether or not the people around me support me. So yeah, in saying that, I'm pretty much saying that in whatever you do, as long as you do it well, you're going to attract supporters. You're going to attract people towards you. As long as you're showing up consistently and doing what you do well, that support is inevitable. However, don't feel like, oh, it's the people around me that have to start showing me support and start reposting and redoing this and making sure they're viewing and liking and stuff. I don't know, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky because I feel like you're focusing your energy almost in the wrong place. Focus more on the work that you're doing. I heard the saying before, but post as if no one is watching and keep it that way. You're posting for nobody. Okay, post, just do it. If there's something you want to do, do it. I also feel like I'm the small percentage of people that don't necessarily like the commentary of strangers support me more than your own people do. The strangers are your target audience. I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're your target audience, and they're always going to make up a higher fraction or a higher percentage of the people that support you more than your own people. I don't know. I feel like if I'm focusing too much on the 2% of people that are my family that watch my content and less on the 98% of people who are complete strangers to me but are consistently showing up on every single video, every single post, if I'm more focused on that 2% than I am on the 98%, I'm doing a disservice to myself and to my community, which is now the strangers who are watching me. So yes, it's important to have that support system around you. And yes, it's important to not only have that support system, but also be that support system for the people in your corner. But don't demand support. Don't say, oh my God, my friend didn't like my last picture. My friend didn't repost my last picture. She commented, but she didn't repost it. She didn't put on her story. Relax. You'll be okay. You know what I mean? Another thing I will say is, as much as it is important to post and post consistently, always remember that it's always going to be quality over quantity. So you might post 10 videos, and with those 10 videos, you're showing that you're posting consistently. However, there might be just 1 or 2 good videos in there that are quality, and those are the ones that are going to more or less build your platform. Essentially what I'm saying is, if you're consistently doing 2 good videos out of 10, aim for 6 good videos out of 10. So yes, post consistently, but also still focus on the quality of said videos. It's not only posting consistently that's going to get you what it is that you want. Another tip that I will give is stop hiding your like count, especially if you're small. Like, I understand people do it every now and then. Even me myself, I probably do it for like a couple of reels, but I never really hide my like counts. I've never hidden my subscriber count before. I feel like, yes, even though your numbers may be small, sometimes if I'm like watching something that's so good, or I see a post that's so good and I see that it only has 100 likes, I'm like, wait, this needs so much more than what it has. I'm liking that. Or if I see a YouTube channel that I feel like needs so many more subscribers than it has, trust and believe I'm subscribing right then and there, predominantly on the basis that I feel like you need more subscribers based off of the videos that you're showing. So yeah, stop hiding your subscriber count. Like, that's doing more damage for you, I feel like, than it is good. I understand like numbers are small, and sometimes, you know, it might make you feel a little insecure having those small numbers, but there's more good in showing and being so transparent with those numbers than hiding it. Also, whenever the conversation of like YouTube or even just social media comes up, I always try to give this advice to people because it's the way that I think, not only as somebody who creates content, but also a consumer of content as well. You have to give people a reason to rock with you. You gotta give people a reason to mess with you. Gotta give people a reason to F with you. Like, there has to be a reason why I'm following you. Simply being a pretty face and even just having pretty outfits, sometimes it's not enough for me. It's enough for me sometimes to gain a little following, or like every now and then I'll like see your content, I'm like, oh yeah, hyping you up, commenting or liking, but it's not enough to cultivate some type of relationship with you. Sometimes it is, depending on who you are. But everyone starts off as a nobody. So you really have to give people a reason to follow you, whether that be your personality, you know, either you're refreshing to watch or you're entertaining, or even just your editing style. Sometimes you might not be the most interesting person ever, but if your editing style is so good, oh yeah, I'm following, because it's something that I like to see on an ongoing basis. Even if you're somebody that's just consistent, you don't have anything else but you're consistent, so you're somebody that I know, oh yeah, I can rely on you to like watch something if I need to watch something, especially on YouTube. Like, there are always people that I'm like, okay, I'm about to eat, I need something, a cute 10-minute 20-minute video while I'm eating. If I know that this person is so consistent, they're always going to be my go-to, because I know that I can count on them to be that content that I need in that moment. Another reason people can rock with you is if you have a skill that they can learn from you, a skill that you're teaching them. And sometimes you might be the most boring person ever, and I'm saying this lightly, you might be the most boring person ever, but you got a lifestyle that people want to keep up with. That's another reason why people may follow you. So think of a lot of like the black girl luxuries or like the black girl aesthetics, or even the white babes, the UK babes. Sometimes they might not be the most captivating with their personality or their editing style. Sometimes they might not even be the most consistent people on social media, but they have a lifestyle that you want to keep up with. So guess what? Most people follow. So essentially, think of your favorite YouTubers. What's the reason why you follow them? Why do you follow them? How did they captivate you? Is it because they're constantly doing hair tutorials or makeup tutorials and you know you're going to learn something from them? Is it because, heck, you just like the life they live? Is it because, you know what, this person shows up consistently, I'm following them? Chances are the reason why you follow them falls under one of the things that I mentioned. So now from a creator standpoint, as long as you can provide one of those reasons, you're good to go. If you can do multiple, if you have the editing skills, you're consistent, the personality, an aspirational lifestyle, and you're entertaining, easy. People are gonna want to follow you on your journey. Obviously, there's so many other factors that come to play when it comes to social media, creating content, and just building a career out of this. But hopefully the ones that I shared are tea. The next question is, how do you deal with friendship breakups, if ever? I could honestly give you a very simple answer and just be like, I get over it easily, I'm unfazed. But truly, here's the real answer. Because I am somebody who is just very slow and steady with things, like in most of my friendships, honestly, there's no way that we can know each other and by the next month we're calling each other besties. There's no way we can even know each other and by the next month we're calling each other friends. Like, it takes a while for me to get very well acquainted with someone. So yeah, because that happens, there's like this vetting process that goes on, not only with me for the other person, but I'm sure because we are getting to know each other very slowly, or I'm like, you know, kind of like pushing back a little bit, you do a vetting process for me as well. But because of that, I'm able to know who it is I'm calling my friend by the time it is that we are friends. You know what I mean? Like, by the time we locked in, I know who you are and what you come with, if that makes sense. So because of that, by the time we are at the point where we are friends, if there is anything that I'm noticing about you, I'm noticing it slowly. And in the same way that I get to know you and we become friends slowly, if we start separating, that process typically happens slowly. And I really do believe that things end just as quickly as they start. So if we get to know each other slowly and we take our time with getting to know each other, if there are things that are red flags to me, or I just know like, okay, I can't deal with this, that would have happened ages ago and we probably wouldn't be at the point where we are friends. But if it is something that I start seeing later on in our friendship, because I've built such a bond with you, there's better understanding and understanding why it is these things are showing up now, or even just giving, not necessarily giving excuses for them, but like understanding why it is certain things are happening, or why there is a bridge in communication, you know, things like that. Like, I understand you better as a person, because by the time you get to the point where we are friends, I'm like, okay, I'm locked in with this person, I love her, I like her, and if there's something that happens, more than likely it's probably miscommunication or a misread on intentions, and I'm able to give more grace. So if we do start separating, it's something that happens over a period of time. So by the time that does start happening, I've already slowly started detaching myself from you, that if it does come to the point where we are no longer friends, I've kind of been accepting this for a while. Like, I've seen it coming, you know what I mean? So yeah, I will say that friendship breakups do hurt. Like, they hurt a lot because it takes me a while to attach to someone, or not attach to someone, but like to let someone in, because I like doing things in very digestible portions. Like, you don't take a full bottle of antibiotics in one day. You have to take it slowly in order for it to work and, you know, get into the system and like clear the system up or whatever. That's how I work with friends and just people in general. So by the time that we are detaching from each other, it does hurt, but I try to give as much grace in the process, because as I was getting to learn you, I was learning your mannerisms and how you are with people and how you are with situations. I will say though, I'm gonna detach if I need to. Sometimes I detach with ease, can't lie to you. But most times, if you are like genuinely my friend and we break up as friends, oh, I'm hurt, I'm sad. I could be sad for months, but oftentimes it is what it is, you know what I mean? People are very seasonal, so I'm not entitled to people's lives. So if it just so happens that it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. You were amazing for the season that you were in my life, but we're at a point now where we no longer serve each other. So I accept it, and most times I just move on. So if there is a reason to pull away from you, chances are I'm doing so slowly because, you know, regardless, I've built a bond with this person and I would like to approach any matter or any situation that happens in a very delicate manner in an effort to make things work, because there's no way I'm gonna let someone into my life and not give a hoot about them. That's just more than likely that's not the case with me. But if I find that I'm still trying to work it out with this person, but there are just some traits that keep persisting, I have to let it do what it do, and we're gonna have to go our separate ways. Just know that by the time either I decide to end our friendship or we both decide to end our friendship, it's not like it was a sudden change or anything that happened so quickly. Because if there's a problem that just keeps persisting over a period of time, chances are I checked out a while ago. Okay, let's get into some dating questions. I'm gonna make this one very brief because yeah. Are you single or seeing anyone? I'm single, no ring. Nobody can claim me. Nobody has put a ring on my finger. Nobody has gotten on one knee. I haven't walked down the aisle with anyone. So I'm single, very single. But I won't lie. Yeah, there definitely been some prospects this year. There have been some good ones. Some of them could handle the heat. The others, obviously, they fell off. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't keep up with, you know what I'm saying, the criteria. And others have just disappointed. And as soon as I see that disappointment, I'm out of there. Even very recently, I was disappointed. I was shocked how disappointed I was. Once you show me your youre side, please, you gotta go. Just move to the side. I've definitely had some really good experiences this year with meeting people, but with the good experiences definitely come the bad ones as well. I feel like if I wasn't as strong-willed and as strong-minded as I am, I definitely would have spent some nights crying myself to sleep, but I'm not crying myself to sleep for nobody. Definitely not somebody's son who hasn't wifed me up. You know what I mean? I don't know. Dating is a little weird because it's like some days you feel like you've met the love of your life, and the next day you're thanking God that it didn't work out. Or maybe you're like, okay, thank God it didn't work out right now. I don't want to spill my tea too much. You know what I mean? Your girl's single. Next question is just dating tips before getting in a relationship, I'll say. Just know what your end goal is. Just know exactly what it is that you're getting yourself into. Like, what is your end goal when it comes to that relationship? Some people are good or okay with situationships. Maybe they really don't have the capacity to take on a full relationship at the time, but there are some people who are interested in having a full-blown relationship. Like, I want this person to be my boyfriend, so therefore these are the criterias. This is the vetting system he got to go through in order for us to get to that point where we are boyfriend and girlfriend. So know what it is that you want out of said relationship, said interaction, because that's definitely going to help you have better discernment in how you move, but also it's just going to allow you to set yourself up better, not only standards wise, even though your standards should never really shake. But I can't lie, if you're willing to do situationship out here, babes, you're not going to be expecting some things, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be expecting texting all day, calling up all day, you know, stuff like that. Also know if you are dating to marry, because if you're dating to marry, you're standard, the way you move with said relationship or said interaction is going to be so different, because you have to make sure that this person is not only your person, they're good financially, they're sound-minded, and they can treat you like the babe that you are. You know what I mean? And there are some people who honestly just want to date to get an experience out of it or to gain more experience in dating. There are some people who were probably in this 6-year-long relationship and now they're single again for the first time in a really long time, and they just want to experience getting to know somebody all over again. So again, know what it is that you're opening yourself up to, and be very vocal and very honest with the other person what it is that you want out of this, so that you guys are on the same page. In short, just have a purpose with dating, and your purpose should not be left and right. Don't be like, okay, I want to do this with this person, but I want to do this with that person, or this is what I want with this person, that's what I want. You're gonna be confusing yourself, sis. Keep it straight and narrow, and don't open up yourself to heartbreak and disappointment by expecting something from someone that cannot fulfill that. So in the same way that you know your purpose in dating, know what that other person's purpose is in dating or wanting to get to know you. And sometimes you're also dating just to check something different out. Like, let's say if you're used to dating a certain type of person, Nigerian guys or Jamaican dudes or Caribbean dudes, or, you know what I'm saying, and one day you're like, you know what, I'm open to dating someone outside of my type, and I want to go for the pasta and lobsters. Maybe date for whatever reason, whatever purpose that it is you want to date, but at the back of your mind, be honest with yourself what it is you're dating that person for, like what your purpose is, because it's going to help you move very diligently, very smart, and also come into it having your rules with that experience, so that somebody will not come and start toying with you and using you to play ball. We are not in the market for that. The last and final question is, what are your plans for the remainder of the year? I feel like this question is very similar to one of the first ones that I answered, where it was, what does life look like for you right now? Honestly, the remainder of the year looks very similar to that. The same grind. I am trying to work my ass off, okay? I am not interested in anything that is not going to be fruitful, anything that is not going to be beneficial to me, my life, my mindset, my self-development, or my self-improvement. It's currently winter arc. It's a new thing that the girlies are starting or have started on TikTok. So I'm very much in there. I'm maintaining going to the gym every week, 4 days a week. Between now and the end of the year, I am trying to get the fattest ass, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, honestly, even though I be in the gym, if anyone sees me get a BBL out here, mind your business, because truly there are some things you cannot gain in the gym. If I get a BBL, just mind your business, because as I'm losing weight, I'm still trying to maintain muscle mass and build my muscle, but I'm also losing the ass, you know what I'm saying? So if I do get a cute bubble, a cute BBL, just mind your business. I don't know, I see myself being in Lagos a lot. I know I'm gonna be going next week. I'm really not sure about December yet, but it's looking very likely. And honestly, I just love every time that I'm in Nigeria, every time I'm in Lagos. So moving to Lagos might not be a bad idea. Like doing like a bi-coastal thing where I'm just there for like a couple of weeks and then back here for a couple of months and then there for a couple of weeks. I'm so here for that. In general, honestly, same old grind from now until the end of the year. It's fourth quarter. I'm trying to knock out my goals and knock out things that you guys don't even see on your screens. I'm trying to really hit it out the park with everything that I have proclaimed for myself this year. And yeah, just consistent self-improvement, consistent self-growth, consistent financial growth. The bank account go get thicker and thicker. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, just to keep setting myself up for an even better year next year. There's so many things I want to achieve next year, so many things I want to have a grasp on next year, and we're doing the base work right now. I'm here for it. I'm loving the process. I'm loving every part of it. My eyes have really been my biggest off in this video. Like, I don't know why this eye keeps watering, but it's still watering. So we're gonna cut this video short. I mean, we're at the end of the video, but for dramatic purposes, we're gonna cut this video short because she wants to act out. But yeah, we chatted it up. We got to know each other, hopefully on a more personal basis. Hope you guys like the makeup look. I'm gonna leave all the details on what I used on my face down below. I hope the split screen wasn't too much going on your screens. That being said, hope you guys liked the video though. Hope you really enjoyed it. Please remember that you are liked, you are loved, you are capable of so much more than you think you are. And I'm gonna leave you guys here. I think this is probably the longest I've ever kept your attention in one setting, but I'm gonna leave it here. Hope you enjoyed chatting it up with me, and lots of love. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.